Hey y'all, we are Two Goss in the Coffin. My name is Amari.
And I'm Jude.
And today we are talking about our 2025 favorites, our movies that we loved, and also our least favorites.
Yeah,
the ones that we couldn't stand or just weren't.
We didn't think were worth the hype necessarily. Yeah. So we've kind of decided to break this into 2025 releases.
Yes.
And then stuff we just watched for the first time in 2025.
Right.
Because honestly, some of my favorite things I watched did not come out this year.
It's true. So. Same here as well. So I guess to start with, we will start with what actually came out in 2025.
The first one we're going to get out of the way because we
talked about it.
We've talked about it multiple times. If you want, you can listen to our podcast episode about it where we talk about Sinners. It's called We're Finally Talking About Sinners. Sinners, obviously.
Yes, obviously. It's probably on the top of my list. I'm just going to be completely honest.
Yeah.
And I still love it. It's still amazing. I wanted to get all its flowers.
Yeah.
That's all I want at this point.
I think I saw someone say this, and it's totally true, that they're like, it's kind of crazy how Sinners came out like this past April, and it's already become like such a huge part of like the pop culture vampire canon.
Yeah.
Like instantly. It became an instant classic. And I think it's just because it has a lot of, I think I may have talked about this in the podcast. I can't remember. Like I said, we've talked about this movie a couple of times, but I think this movie has something that like audiences in general have been craving for, which is originality and authenticity. Like, and because it's done very well.
Right.
It's a well-made movie that's original, not built on anything else, and it's just like authentically telling a story from the perspective of someone in that community.
Right.
A reflection of like, and a love letter it to a community.
Yes, it hit the culture just right. It was so good. Everything about it, the characters, still think about the characters.
Oh my gosh.
Like every day. So at the top of our list.
At the top of our list is Sinners. The next one, I was expecting to not like.
I
didn't
know what to expect from this one at all,
and
personally.
Yeah. And it's The Long Walk.
I had never read the book.
My mom is a huge Stephen King fan, which I'm on the guy. Despite my upbringing, despite how young I watched Misery.
Oh my god! Wait, how young were you?
I was a child, fully. Oh my god! Sorry.
You know
how I said no tangents. Brief tangent. My parents' first date was to see Misery.
Oh wow!
So that's explains me a lot. Honestly,
it really does.
So for real. Anyway,
it really does. To be honest,
most Stephen King movies, I don't feel are very good. I mean, you have a couple like, you know, lightning in the bottle sort of things. Like Carrie is great. Misery, like I said, is great. I think The Shining is still pretty good.
Yeah.
But then you got a lot of really bad ones.
But The Long Walk did it for me.
Yeah.
I was a little nervous as I was watching, even just because I didn't know what they were going to do. What path were they going to take? Because like, they could either fall into some like racist stereotypes or tropes, more to say, or not. And the path that they went avoided that, really, and I thought it was really interesting.
I thought it was really good. Yeah. Like you said, I knew with the advertising, the two people who were going to make it to the end had to be Cooper Hoffman and David Johnson.
Right.
So there came a point when I'm like, which one of you is gonna be the winner, or is it gonna be a Hunger Games we both win situation?
Right.
But yeah, I thought it was really good. It's a movie that I kept saying, I was like, the dialogue feels so 1970s because it was written in the 70s, but it felt simultaneously like 70s but taking place
also,
now.
Yeah.
Like, because it felt like it was both,
such a like almost like timeless space. It was really weird.
Very a very liminal like
yes.
time where this movie takes place. And like I think something I had said to you was that because like the original story is very much a commentary on the Vietnam War, but then they're moving that metaphor to continue to contemporary issues. So by having it be in this liminal space where it's both commenting on the Vietnam War and current contemporary issues and still works for both, I think it was really great. Excellent. I loved all the actors, all were phenomenal. It was a really great movie.
Excellent. David, it's my man. The only thing I don't like is that now everyone wants to act like they've been known him, and I'm like, whatever. Back up, but it's fine. It's whatever. At least he's getting his flowers, but still, back up. Okay, so next, obviously, like basically, like I feel like our top 3 are pretty obvious, but like
they're ones that people liked. Unfortunately, Frankenstein, the Guillermo del Toro Frankenstein,
gorgeous.
Gorgeous
film. I feel like when I first watched it, I wasn't sure how I felt because I had just finished rereading the book. But by the second watch, I'm like, yeah, everything clicks, actually. It's really good. It's so, oh my God.
Yeah, I think it's not a one-to-one adaptation of the Mary Shelley book, obviously. But I think it's a movie that is using the trappings of the Frankenstein story and the themes that are already existing in the Frankenstein story to talk about Guillermo del Toro's personal connection to the Frankenstein story. So it's very almost autobiographical version of Frankenstein, which I think is a very fun and interesting way to approach the movie, to be like, I'm not even pretending like this is like straight up a adaptation of the novel Frankenstein, but it's more about like his relationship to Frankenstein.
Right. And I think that's okay. I know a lot of people were like upset about it, and I'm like, well, first of all, an adaptation doesn't need to be a direct I think direct copy. Yeah. Honestly, it's better if you're doing something a little bit different to make it interesting. Otherwise, why else? As you said this before, like, why else are you making it if you're just going to do the exact same thing? Yeah. Which is what we had issues with Nosferatu, but we have talked about that, and we will actually talk about that again and Frankenstein a little later. We're going to be releasing another little video coming up.
About that coming up, yeah, for sure. So those were our favorites.
Yes. Some of our top 3s. At least that came out this year. Next, we're going to talk about our least favorites.
It's hater time.
From 2025. That were released in 2025, specifically. Yeah. And unfortunately, starting it off, I wanted to like it. I really did. I wanted to be supportive. But I think... So part of the problem was that they were trying to tell this story about a lot of the problems within the sports industry and how it treats Black men. But they were trying to tackle too many different topics within that. And because it wasn't a Black director, I think that also played into why it just didn't end up working. Yeah. Because you didn't have that underlying like understanding to really dig into these specific topics instead of trying to like just like do a very baseline of like all the different things. So yeah, it didn't it just I was really disappointed by that one.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is because I didn't really know anything about the directors or the writers of this movie, so when I kind of looked into it and I saw that there was nary a Black person.
Yeah, and the writers were white even.
Yeah, and I was like, that then made some of the lines and jokes in the movie not sit right with me, because I'm like, that's not really your place to say that joke. Yeah. Or have, these Black characters say this joke.
Yeah, it's definitely, because we checked afterwards. Like, I already knew that the director wasn't Black, but I was like, we'll see how it goes. He's a person of color. That is not, but then also seeing that the writers on top of it were also, well, the other writers were white. It was just almost like
yeah. And like it was.
You didn't have any black
There was parts that were very stylish.
Yes.
But
the style was fun, but also even that was like there was a lot that they were trying to do with the style.
It felt also too much like they were trying to emulate a couple of other people and a couple of other things that I was like, you're trying to make your version of XYZ.
Mm-hmm.
And it ended up not really being anywhere. Along with like the casting choices.
Oh, that was the other
main
thing.
Character is very, very light skinned.
Yeah, it all of it was
it was a very strange.
Which I love him, by the way. He seems like I see him like I forgot his name. I'm blanking.
We'll put it in text somewhere on the screen.
He seems super sweet when I see him on TikTok. I'm like, oh, you're so baby. But I don't know if you were the right casting choice for this.
Yeah, for that thing.
But moving right along.
Yeah.
Our other one is a little controversial.
But
we don't give a fuck. Okay. It's weapons.
It's weapons.
You know what? Seeing it on the list of best movies for some folks, but then not seeing Sinners, I'm gonna fight some people.
That's crazy to me. I really wanted to like this movie as well.
Same. I was super excited for it.
I thought the beginning,
the fact that Jordan Peele wanted this story, I was like, this is gonna be good.
And I do think that in the hands of a different director, it could have been fantastic. But it's because Zach Cregger felt so intent to make this movie about nothing. That
he said it, by the way.
Yeah.
So don't come for us, because we were trying to find meaning. In fact, when we first got out of the movie, we were kind of neutral about it. But as we learned even more, what his intentions were, you don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I think like in the hands of a director like Jordan Peele, who likes to make movies about things, this could have been a powerful script.
Yeah.
But Zach Cregger, like he kept saying he wasn't trying to make a political movie, which is a crazy thing to say about this movie in particular, which is crazy because he also wrote the screenplay. And something I want to say, because I'm really annoyed that it's getting memeified, is the run for the kids. Considering the fact that it's supposed to be a visual reference to the Napalm Girl, I don't like that a bunch of people are jokingly running like that.
Yeah.
I think it's very insensitive. But I also understand that a lot of people don't even
know that.
And it makes me wonder why he even chose to have that be the visual
and then
reference.
Say that it's not political on top of it.
It's a very white thing to say. A white American thing to say is to take this imagery, make it so much a part of and not just the story, but the advertising, to have it everywhere, and then be like, it's not really about anything, though, and I don't really want to make a political movie. Well, you're using the imagery of American imperialism, and you called it weapons. So right off the bat, we have two statements. But the fact that you don't want to tie it to anything.
You have police brutality in the movie. Like, there's so many different things that I'm like, this is clearly political, but it's just, I don't know.
It just really irritated. I keep hitting this wire, so deal with it, I guess. But, like, yeah, it just really irritated me, and it, like we said, like, I really want to like it, and I kept even like trying to do interpretations that made it actually like not bad, but then everything I kept hearing made me dislike him more and more and more, and also his movie in retrospect.
Yeah, so he went from being neutral to you're now on my our least favorites. You're pissing me off. You're on our least favorites now.
Least favorite.
Get out of here.
Get out of here. Last one, I don't know. I think this was a hate it or love it movie.
Yeah, it was. I
hated it. It was mixed. Together.
I wanted to like this one as well, to be honest.
I know.
Because a story about codependencies can be
body
fun.
Horror.
Yeah,
it could have been something.
So
the best scene was the first scene in the movie with the dogs.
Yeah. I was like excited after seeing that, and then like
the issue is like, and I said this. I think I did a review of it.
I think you did.
On our TikTok, but I also said it in my Letterboxd review. That's like their problems felt like this was a rom-com couple, and their problems didn't feel like extreme enough, and they didn't feel crazy enough to me to warrant what was happening.
You have to hype it up a little bit. You gotta heighten it.
Yeah, you really have to have two people who are like insane.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to see.
Overly intertwined for this metaphor to work and for the conclusion to work, where they choose to just become one as opposed to keep cutting themselves to get out away from each other.
I need some Armand intensity.
Yeah.
That's what I was going in thinking. I was like, we're about to get and we didn't get that. Hopefully you know who Armand is. You know. Anyways,
if you don't know who Armand is, but you're watching this channel, I don't know what to do with you. But anyway, yeah. So I was also hoping it was gonna be crazier in the characters, but also like I feel like it didn't know if it wanted to be a comedy or more comedic or more horror, and like it could. That's the issue with a lot of horror comedy with me, is that it feels like it doesn't know which one to be in any given moment. So it then ends up fumbling both. It doesn't know how funny it should be. It doesn't know how scary. There's a very delicate balance
to get it right.
Yeah, and it just like didn't do it good. Right. So anyway,
well,
so those were our 2025 releases, faves and least faves, and so now here's just our first watches in 2025 that we really enjoyed.
Starting with The Wolf House.
The Wolf House.
I was prepared not to like this. I didn't know anything about it. It was
a me suggestion,
and we were just watching something together. And I don't like stop motion a lot of the time. Very specific. It has to be done very well.
And this is done.
But this
spectacular.
Was amazing. It was very unsettling and disturbing, but like in the ways that horror should be, and that's why it's so horrifying, but also just done so well.
I know. I was trying to explain it to my sister because we were just catching up, and I was like, yeah, I watched a movie called The Wolf House, or we were talking about movies and it came up, and I was like, it's animation technically, but the canvas is the inside of a real home.
Oh god, I'm just thinking about it. It's something I would rewatch again just so that I can like take it in one more time.
Yeah,
and watch how it unfolds.
And it's also like you can find it on the Internet Archive. That's how we watched it for free.
Shout out.
Yeah, it's really great, beautiful art house film. I don't want to say too much about it because I want people to watch it because the slow unravel. It's also fairy tale like. It's so great.
You should watch it. Comment if you do. If you've already seen it, let us know what you think about it. Next, I recently watched for the first time The Wicker Man, and
the 1973 version.
Yes, specifically. Apparently, there's another one, and I'm like, I'm not watching that
Nicolas
bullshit.
Cage remake, but
I'm not watching that.
No,
because I was already blown away by this. It's so crazy. It's so I always love like a little folk horror or like something like culty, and this was so good.
God, yeah.
This
is like the
also
folk horror.
Unsettling as fuck, but like. God, I did not expect the ending, and I was mad about that, but also like
were you wondering the whole time when the Wicker Man was gonna come into it all?
I didn't know what was gonna happen. I feel like I don't know what was gonna happen, and I love that. I love how weird it is. I love a good like movie that's like really fucking weird and has me being like, what the fuck is going on the entire time? I always feel amazing afterwards. But yeah, love that.
Yeah, they were messaging me while they were watching it.
I was like, what the?
And they were just like, this guy's just singing. Yeah.
So yeah,
it was good.
It was good.
I saw that one a while ago.
Yeah.
So
yeah, since I had seen that they had watched it already on Letterboxd, I was like, beep, 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 beep. Anyways, next one that we have, I haven't seen. I need to.
This was I watched and this is another one that has a remake. So I watched the original Martyrs. Mm-hmm. It's great. I don't know what to say. Like, it's so good. I don't want to sound like an edgelord or anything, but like everyone's just like, this movie's so brutal. It's not brutal for sure, but I was fine. Like, it's a hard watch, I'll say, but also it wasn't I've seen crazier. Okay. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But also, it really does try and break you down the way that it breaks the main character down. It's a really great movie, though. I don't know how to
I mean, it's on my list now, so I'm going to watch it.
It's a really interesting movie about, like, pain and trauma and endurance.
Okay.
And I'll say like the exploitation of pain. It's
Interesting.
It's a very specific type of movie, and if you can handle a lot of straight up unambiguous violence, because it's kind of like from the jump, lots of tons of violence, but it somehow felt still very like the performances were still really great. I felt like there's also like a lot of emotion that's being carried in this movie, and I think like a really great, like I think I said trauma, but like a really interesting trauma metaphor that's happening here with one of the characters. Very, very interesting little French film going on.
I will watch it soon so that I can know what the fuck you're talking about.
I'm so worried you're gonna watch it and be like, Jude, what the fuck?
What the fuck? No,
because it's
probably not.
Like,
I'll probably be like, what the fuck? But like positive, also negative, positive.
Yeah.
Positive question mark. Okay, and the next one.
We love gay codependent girl besties. Oh,
I definitely will be watching. Okay.
Sorry.
So next, I'm about to butcher this French title.
You're allowed. It's the French.
So I watched this one this year. It's called Le Bonheur. I know I butchered that. If you're French, I don't give a fuck. And I really love this one. It's so the color. Okay, first of all, the color. It's a very idyllic horror. Like you don't have jump scares. You don't have none of that. But it's just super unsettling, and all the happiness and the beauty, the bright colors, the beautiful music. There's something it's not right though, and you can feel it throughout the entire movie, and it's just so amazing. Gorgeous. Recommend. Loved it. By the end, I was devastated. I was like, what the fuck? But I'm always like, what the fuck at the end of a good movie. So if you can get a what the fuck out of me, you've won. You've won. But yeah, love that movie so much, and it's another one that I think about a lot. We'll probably have to rewatch. And then the last one is just a You movie as well.
I watched the movie The Medium. It's a Thai horror film. It's a mockumentary like horror film that is so good at mimicking an actual documentary. Like there's certain line deliveries that I can't remember the name of the main actress off the top of my head. But she's very good at speaking in a very naturalistic way that doesn't feel like acting. If you're a person who watches like a lot of like documentaries, there's like certain ways that like things are filmed and like how talking heads are put in and whatever that they do so well. And like so like the loose premise is there's this South Korean film crew that's going to Thailand to speak to this medium basically who in this town there's like always like a shaman who's like the reincarnation of like this goddess or like the vessel for this goddess, and then things start to go very bad, and it kind of the tone of the documentary or the focus of the documentary shifts from this shaman who lives in this town to being like something is going on with her family, and we're trying to figure out what's going on with specifically I think her niece. It is bleak. A bleak movie. And yeah, like I said, like it does such a good job at like mimicking that mockumentary, like documentary style. Like the shots aren't perfect. They're not set up cinematically. They're set up like the guy just grabbed a camera and started hitting record as soon as he could. The most unsettling part, there's a scene where they set up cameras in the house because there's occurrences that are happening when everyone's asleep. So they decide to put in some like almost like Ring camera footage in the house, and the recordings from that freaked me out. Like when I was laying in bed I was like, this is fucked up.
No, you told me that. I think you had told me that like did you like I don't know if you had a nightmare or it was kept you up. I don't know, something
I was like
strangely like for usually like you're unaffected, but like
there's just something to me. I have like a a fear of home invasion, but there's something about like the recordings of this thing that's happening in the house when everyone's asleep that like I don't know, it felt, and because it was like Ring camera footage, it felt like home security footage. It really triggered that part of my something's in the house like part of my brain, that if that's like the thing, like it always gets me.
That's why I really want to watch this one as well, but I'm like, I'm not gonna watch by myself. This might be the one time where I get a little too scared. Just like, but I do want to watch it. You're gonna have to watch it again and watch it with me, just so that
it's a really good movie.
I'm
really
excited to watch it.
I think it's on Shudder. It also may be on Tubi. Okay. I don't remember how I watched it, but I think it's on Shudder for sure. So yeah. So also, like, my general recommendation, if you want better horror movies, watch movies outside the US.
Yeah, broaden your
horizons.
Yes.
Like, what's it that one, like, Bong Joon-ho said when he won Best Picture, he was like, if you can overcome the 1 inch of subtitles, the whole world of cinema will open up to you. There you go.
And it's a true statement. It's a very true statement. Next, we're going to talk about our least favorites that didn't come out. Yeah, we only have like 2 because, to be honest, I don't think we watched as much as we did last year to start, but like also our watches were very intentional. Yeah, so
I don't like to watch things I think I won't like. Yeah. So a lot of the movies I'm like, I didn't hate them.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot that like they weren't like my favorite, but they weren't bad either. Yeah. We don't have to talk about them right now. But we did have 2, and I was trying to get through all of the 28 whatever.
The whole like 28 Days series.
Yeah. Love 20. I like 28 Days. It was interesting. 28 Days Later. 28 Weeks Later was terrible. But not only was it terrible, I already didn't really want to watch it, but I wanted to be able to like have some awareness before 28 Years Later came out, which that one I did like a lot more. I thought it was an interesting conversation around death, so I enjoyed it. But 28 Weeks Later, military propaganda. What's his name from
Jeremy Renner?
Can't stand that guy.
Jeremy Renner jump scare.
As soon as I saw him, I was like, oh fuck! I was like, God damn it! I gotta go through this too. Oh my god, I almost didn't watch it. To be honest, I wasn't paying great attention, so maybe, I don't know, if someone's like, nah, it was great, maybe I just, didn't catch it. But I try to be pretty present when I'm watching a movie, even if I don't really love it, and it was not for me. It was not for me. It was just not for me, and I wouldn't recommend it to anyone.
No,
not even if you're like, I want to watch the whole series. It's not worth it. It wasn't good enough to watch. I kind of wasted my time. I wasted a couple hours of my life, if I'm being
like, I'm not getting those
completely
back.
honest. So that's that. Next one was also one that I really wanted to like. Yeah. And that's Presence. Came out in 2024. It was like 2024 at the top of the year type of deal. Yeah. And I thought the concept for Presence was super interesting. I thought this idea of like you are watching, you're watching the movie in the ghosts or spirits point of view, which is such an interesting concept.
However, the execution sucked.
It was not,
and the story was bad. It wasn't good. It was so fucking cheesy. The dialogue was really bad. The acting was really bad. And the way that it was just the ghost the whole time was the brother. Fuck off.
No, and then he like floated,
ascended into heaven.
Why?
Bad.
You're making it even worse. Like that last bit. God, it was bad. Like I said, wanted to like it, thought the concept was super interesting, but it was not it. It was not it.
No, it wasn't good at all.
So that's it. Those were our favorites and our least favorites from 2025. we had some really good, really good ones. We had some really bad ones, to be honest, this year.
Yeah. I feel like overall, most things were mediocre.
Yeah. And then there were like a couple of standouts and a couple of just
yeah.
But excited to see what 2026 brings. We're gonna do one more recap video of our video games that we've been playing because we started streaming, and honestly it was just an excuse for us to like get through horror games we wanted to play, so
to like block out time to do that consistently.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about that, and we will probably like post something on our socials about like some of the books that we read, and then we have some other things coming up. We have our podcast, and we've been talking about favorite vampire movies, so you should check that out. Outside of that, I got nothing left for y'all.
Yep.
I want y'all to have a great day, and we will see you next time.
Yep. Bye.